Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Fran's Music Corner. I'm really excited to have you back. This is our third episode. So exciting. On this episode, we're going back in time in order to move forwards in time. We're traveling back to 1977. This is when Billy Joel released his album, The Stranger, that included our song of the week, Vienna. Vienna was fully written and composed by Billy Joel himself. He talked about drawing inspiration from a trip he took to the city of Vienna and also from his father living their life when Joel was a child. In 2008, Billy Joel gave an interview and he talked about the lyrics of the song and the meaning behind it. He said, and I quote, "You don't have to squeeze your whole life into your 20s or 30s trying to make it. Trying to achieve that American dream, getting in that rat race and killing yourself, you have a whole life to live. I kind of use Vienna as a metaphor. There's a reason for being old, a purpose," end quote. My personal connection with this song comes from the film 13 Going on 30 that was released in 2004. I never really watched the film on theaters, at least I don't remember doing so. However, my cousin had given me a VHS/DVD player, and then my aunt had given me a bunch of DVDs that she didn't want anymore, and amongst all of them, the film 13 Going on 30 was there. And to this day, it's still one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's one of those films that immediately after I press play on it, I feel an immediate sense of comfort. And it brings me joy watching that film. Every now and then, I'll just play it and take a nap or just play it as background noise because it's just so soothing to me for some reason. As far as the song goes, there's a lot of layers for me. And in the last episode, we talked about how Britney Spears made me get into this thing of writing lyrics and translating them, and that's how I taught myself English. Well, Billy Joel was the one that really started it all for me. This was the song that I remember we were doing a project in middle school or something. It was for an English class, I remember. We had to write something in English, and I chose this song. And back in the day, we didn't have internet as accessible as it is now through our phones and literally any device. Literally fridges have internet now, but anyways, I digressed. So my way of finding the lyrics to this song was through that DVD. So I would play the song and I would put the subtitles on and I would pause every other frame to write down the lyrics. And then when I had enough money saved up through my allowance or by working, then I would go to the internet cafe and translate everything, or if I didn't have any money at all, then I would just use my dictionary and just translate everything. And it was, I don't know truly what it was. Listening to that song for the very first time, I just remember it clicking. And I don't necessarily know what a click or what it was, but I just remember feeling an intense sense of I don't know if it's release. You know what it is? I think it's I felt understood by the song, and this song has been with me in so many difficult moments in my life, when I moved to Illinois, and then I moved back to Durango, and then I moved to San Jose, and now it serves as a reminder to slow down, the lyrics say. But back then when I would listen to it, it was such a different experience than listening to it now, because now I feel much more present in my life. And back then, I remember going to this full work mode where that's all I would do. I had 3 different jobs at one point. I had a vision of what I wanted to accomplish. And more than a vision, I think that what I didn't want to do was I didn't want to disappoint myself by going back to Mexico and like tell everybody that I didn't make it, that I didn't succeed, and I had to go back to my safety net. Um, and so I was working all the time. I remember missing dinner parties. I remember missing my mom's wedding. I remember missing a lot of like friends gatherings because I was truly so focused and energized by this idea of becoming something or someone. I'm not sure if I've done that, but I was so focused in making it happen. Now that I'm older and I value family more than ever, this song just grounds me. It grounds me and it puts me down into the present, and it does continue to have this nostalgia factor, like it reminds me of my childhood and everything, and it makes me think of that, like I was so eager to do whatever it took to make it. And I feel like now, as I'm older, it soothes me, it brings me to reality. It makes me reflect, of course, of my life. Like I said, it gives me that nostalgia. But I think that this song, throughout all these stages of my life where like change happens, or something bad happens or something amazing happens, this song continues to give me something that I need, something I didn't know I need. And the song continues to change its meaning as I grow older. And honestly, I'm just really excited to see what this song will become for me as I grow older and older. And like I said, now that I'm 33 and Steven and I are about to get married, and we listen to the song, because the song is in a lot of our playlists already, I just think about that child, that young man that was so focused and so excited to do anything and everything. Everything was almost like a game. Like, what's next? What's my next goal? What's my next achievement? And I think that gave me fulfillment at the time. And now, like I said, I don't feel that way. I feel like family is everything. I feel like my relationship with Steven is literally everything to me. Our dogs, Benny and Peter, like, it's just, I value that so much. And also being in a relationship with Steven and being part of his family has allowed me to heal my relationship with my own family in a way, because my family situation is very difficult, and being embraced by my partner's family has been truly a blessing. And that's why this song, again, like, it has this meaning of like, slow down, you're fine, you got this, it's okay, live your life. You can put everything on pause for a second. Life will continue to run its course. Take a moment and enjoy and be thankful and cherish that time that you have. I think a lot now about like our dogs and how they're so little, and how in a couple of years they're gonna be adult babies, and you go through the cycle of life, and of course you fear the worst too happening to them. And so again, this song just grounds me in reality, and it's like, okay, yes, that will happen, because life will continue its course, but you have them now, like this. Enjoy them. Again, I'm really excited to see how this song will continue to adapt and change meaning as I move along life, and I move along with somebody, right? It's different now. Is this song gonna be in our wedding playlist, though? I feel like saying yes to songs as we go through my selection of songs, some of them are going to be more difficult than others, and especially like something like this where it's very, maybe not necessarily the vibe that you want at your wedding. You would want them to have a really great time and to party and whatnot. But I do want them to do those things, but I want to share tidbits here and there of our life and things that also ground us and things that, you know, have meaning for us. And not everything is an EDM and an upbeat song. So, yes, I think, yeah, we're adding this to the playlist. I'm really excited. And actually, we had a conversation the other day, Steven and I, about like what songs would go on the playlist and which songs will not. And he's like, all of the songs that you make should go on the playlist. And I'm like, that's not the point. But I wanna put songs in there that paint you a full story about my life and then our life together. And there are some songs in here that will be featured later on that he introduced me to and now are our songs. So yeah, I'm really excited to continue to share this journey with you guys and share this process, this creative process. It's been really fun. So if you like this little episode and a little tidbit of information, so if you like this episode, if you like hearing about the song and my stories about the song, I encourage you to also check my Instagram, Fran's Music Corner, where I do a cover of the songs that I talk about every week. This again is a way for me to be creative and to put music out in a way that's not pretentious or trying to gain anything other than share this journey and share our wedding playlists and what we like, what we don't like, and talk about music. So if you like this so far, check out my Instagram as well, subscribe if you like, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.